ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the day of the video. Darren, how's it going today? Today we are on campus. This is technically the last week of lectures that I'm going to have. It's revision week next week, but otherwise this is the last week. Wild. It would think would mean that there's like a limited amount of drives here, but I'm probably going to be here quite a lot next week. So as we're concerned, this is the penultimate week because of how heavily we're going to be needed in revision week. Otherwise though, ladies and gentlemen, what's been going on today? I got ready quite slowly today. I think that's because I accidentally turned my laptop on and I was working on like organising my to-do list and stuff and researching some tools. Today we've got 2 lectures, one of them is entrepreneurship, so we've got 3 hours worth of lectures. But the main focus of today is to finish the dissertation's conclusion and to go over some of the suggestions that my supervisor has made for me. So I have a decent amount of stuff to do today, but it should all be good. I've been looking into different things that might be able to help me proofread it. The problem with not writing a dissertation in things like Microsoft Word is that I've had no grammar checks on the entire thing. I've got a spell check in my text editor, but my text editor isn't doing grammar checks. So I imagine a decent amount of proof checking is going to be required, although my supervisor has also looked ahead and he didn't really find that much, but I don't know whether he's like glossing over the majority of them. I don't know. I usually require like a decent amount of rewording and rewriting. So I've been looking into Grammarly. I'm going to try that out in the library, see if that's any good. And that other thing, Spritz, which I might use to like very quickly proofread it just before I submit. So, I mean, half the problem is it's written in LaTeX. So I've got to, copy and paste it from LaTeX into other things. But we'll see how that goes. Otherwise today I've got to get passive lunch because my beef was off yesterday, and I've got to post something, return something for Laura. So all good. Otherwise, yeah, lectures. All fun, no work. All work, no play. Dream as all day. Wait, though, a talent I've got now. I dream so regularly that Graham is in the bed, like all the fucking time. I wake up thinking that she's like in my arms or whatever and I've dropped her. I've got that so much now where I can drop her, like make sure she stays in the bed, half asleep, realise that there's no way she's in the bed without Laura even noticing. I'm getting quite good at it, I'm used to it now. I'm used to waking up and thinking there's a hamster running around. The library might be a little bit quieter today as well, or this week in general. I think most subjects have already handed in their dissertations, as is like one of the last subjects to do it. So there might not be many people here writing dissertations, but there might be people, well, revision I imagine is now the thing people will be doing rather than my report. The Bluetooth range on these headphones is literally ridiculous. It really is. So watch this. So I've gone over a couple of the things that were being talked about in the notes I got back from my supervisor, and I've started the conclusion. It took me a while to get into it because I didn't know how to structure it. Now I think I've figured it out. I should just be able to start flying through it. Like, it's weird because throughout the entire thing I've kind of been like, I've got to talk about like the good things that happen, the bad things that happen, but I've been doing that the whole time. So it's a difficult thing to do conclude. The only new thing that's got to go into it per se is the ability to add more like future work essentially, which will need to be detailed. But again, that's been detailed as I've gone along as well. Either way, I've got an HCI lecture now, and I believe it's the last proper lecture. I think the next lecture might be a revision-ish lecture. So I think I might be one of very few people who are going because of the dissertation. Lecture finished, and I've actually just been sat in the lab doing a little bit of work. I'm going to wander on out now while it's quiet to go get myself some lunch and deliver off Laura's ASOS return thing. It just occurred to me in that previous lecture that me and Laura have kind of been like, this weekend, after my dissertation hand-in, we're heading back to Nottingham for my nana's anniversary, like 40th wedding anniversary, I think. So we're heading back for like, literally like a day. But it's Bank Holiday Monday, so me and Laura have been like planning things, like, oh, we're going to do Bank Holiday Monday. Like, I've got work to do, but like we were going to go out for the day for like an hour or so somewhere a little bit different, like we'd drive there. And it's just occurred to me that the university doesn't appreciate bank holidays, does it? So I'm here, I've got lectures, I've got revision lectures. Fool. So that's disappointing. Laura's disappointed because I can't do anything with her. She's going to be on her own all day, and I'm disappointed because it turns out I don't have the day off. Ugh. I mean, like, seriously, I wouldn't have had much time spare in a way, with group coursework and revision commencing imminently. Delivered Laura's ASOS thing. Now let's wander on over to the pasty place to go get a pasty, because it was nice last week and it's nice and warm. So every time I walk down the parade like this, I look at it and I'm like, oh, that'd be so good if you could just come down with a longboard, you know? And I'm thinking about it, I really, really am. Yummy, yummy, yummy. The place also sells things like apple and blackcurrant ones though. That's weird, isn't it? Isn't it? That's really weird. They've got full English breakfast. I think the only one I'd ever buy is the Cornish one, to be honest. Lunch was absolutely delicious, and entrepreneurship time. And the daily vlog for yesterday is uploading. I need to get in the habit of doing that at night, not in the fucking day. I just want to, brief aside, I just want to mention just how much of a pro I was driving home today. Driving back, and then it was like a traffic light. It took me a long time to get back, it took me about an hour or so. Like a load of traffic up these hills, and like normally, well, I say normally, I haven't had to stop on them in the new car. In the old car, I'd put the handbrake on and I'd still hold the brakes, I'd be terrified. And then, because the car wasn't quite powerful enough to pull itself up hills very easily, you had to fucking throttle it to get it up the hills. Even though that car has like, it feels more powerful than this car. I think this car is technically, I don't know the difference between power and torque, but one of them has more torque, the other one has more power. So I was on a hill, put the handbrake on, just like casually listening to my podcasts, and then thingy comes on, just up, smooth as anything, didn't care. Got onto the top of the fast road thing before I got onto Death Road itself, and overtook a old person driving at like 30 in a 60 zone, and then overtook a moped doing 40 in a 60 zone, and then just cruised along, and then got to a bit, I'm all fucking proud of this. Coming up to a crossroads, and like I want to turn right, and there's like, you know when it splits into two lanes, there's a left and straight on and a right lane, and like everyone's queuing in the right lane. The traffic lights are going that way and cars are coming this way, so I kind of get stuck behind this other one. But anyway, the lights go to red. Everyone's now on red because the pedestrian light goes green. So I pull up right to go down the side of traffic to go and join like where it splits into two. And I'm like, I sat there, waited, and then I went, timed it, and then as I hit the light, it went to like green, and then I just turned right before the other line of traffic could stop me. Like a pro! Genuinely like the smoothest bit of driving I've ever done. And then I just pulling up onto our road, and then this fucking idiot just literally just walking down the road, doesn't even look into the road to figure out if a car's gonna come around the corner, and I'm just there like, and I bit his horn, he's like, like an idiot. Anyway, what's been going on? I've just got back, like I say, it took me a while. I had a mix up with my podcasts as well. I listened to Serial, but then because Serial was only a short episode, I had to like find other episodes to like keep me going essentially, and that messed up, so I had to change to my CD halfway. God, how ancient's that? The process, got back, entrepreneurship was really good. We did about ethics for the first hour, and then two serial entrepreneurs came and did like a lecture about like companies that they'd started and how they went, and like things they'd learnt from like exit strategies and all that kind of stuff. It was really interesting to hear like details that you might not necessarily hear about companies, and like the process of selling them and how to like float on the market and all that kind of stuff. Really, really interesting. It was relatively downheartening, and yeah. It's something that I've heard a lot. Like I've like dipped my toe into the like proverbial setting up a business world. Like I've not done anything particularly, but doesn't take you to dip your toe far before people start asking you what your exit strategy is. Like literally the second question, they're like, all right, yeah, we've got pot money. What's your idea? And I'm like, like I talked to the university about investing stuff. They were like, what's your idea? And I'm like, bam. And they were like, all right, what's your exit strategy? I'm like, I don't have an exit strategy. I don't want to like I get the picture that I know that this makes sense as well, because it makes sense in the business world to build up a company, sell it for profit, like big profit, use that money, and then like just invest, and then like pile up money, and then you've got more money to do more things, all that kind of shit. But I mean, like, I don't want to. I want to start a business. I want to sell my product that I'm making, but I don't want to exit it. Unless I want to make a piece of software that it doesn't make sense to be sold under the same company name as the one that I originally, you know what I mean? Like there's no other, I don't understand why you'd say, like, I feel like I want to run a business to build a legacy rather than make money. Like I don't want to start a business because I want to make money. I want to start a business because I want to do what I want to do, and I think it's a viable way of doing stuff. I want to have an impact, and like if that company, obviously, like I essentially all I want from that company is a day job and the ability to do whatever I want. So I don't want to spin it up and in 5 years' time sell the software and all the customers and then do it again, or merge into a big company and then just work for the big company. Like, you know what I mean? I just want to stay making things that I want to make and then just slowly expand and build a software house. But yeah, that was it was really interesting, but it was a bit like, I get the impression that people don't do that, you know? What I essentially want to do is go out and buy a shop, like a shop on the market, and then what am I saying? I essentially want to go out and buy a corner shop and then run that as like a family business. But I want to do that for software engineering. And it doesn't look like a lot of people want that, have that kind of work ethic. I don't know, I feel like I like the idea of building a company that impacts the world. Like not... Laura just walked in, not just a time job. But I wasn't expecting it to be back so early, so I'm just walking around vlogging and then the door just casually opens. So, anyway, what I was saying, let's go back. Yeah, I want to build a business that has an impact on someone. Like, I want to build a business because what I want to be able to essentially do what I want. I want to be able to do what I want, like, develop software that I want to create, that I find is fun, and that way I can do things that are different and do things that interest me rather than what interests a company, and I kind of, you know what I mean? I mean, if I could do that, turn that into a viable company that then enables me to be able to work with and employ people, that would be bloody amazing. That's what I mean by have an impact. Like, even on a people level, I think that'd be good, you know? I don't know, so, anyway, but that's by the by. Anyway, so yeah, time job. Laura came home, we had dinner, and then we went to go shopping because it's shopping night, Monday night is shopping night. We then came back, a cup of tea and a cookie, and then jumped into writing my dissertation, which is over there. I was finishing off the conclusion. I think I was saying that I was having difficulty figuring out what was going on in the conclusion and where it should be and all that kind of good stuff. It's now nearly 1 o'clock in the morning, but the conclusion's finished, the abstract's finished. The dissertation is feature-rich and complete, although I still haven't done the acknowledgement page. I don't particularly know what is expected of me in the acknowledgement page. I imagine I've got to suck up to my supervisor and be like, thank you. So, what's required of me now, this is a couple of days later than I expected it to be, is I'm going to go through the entire document with a fine-tooth comb and ensure that it is of the standard that I want it to be. So I'm going to go through, proofread it, make sure there's no like grammar errors and all that kind of good stuff. Once I have gone through that myself, I will then regenerate it, print it out, give Laura a copy to proofread. I will then take into consideration any changes that she wants to imply. I will then rack it through it myself again, just to go as like one last final check, and then I'll print it. So I'm glad it's almost over, but we're not almost over yet. We are on the official home straight. I could hand this in now. I'm at a point where I'm technically, like, I could finish now if I want to. It's just a case of going through, fixing all the things that I know are going to be in there. I know there's going to be areas where the grammar's terrible. I know that like the section I've just been writing here isn't going to be of like the best quality in the entire document. I know that it's likely that I said things in section 1 that contradict things in section 9. So I'm just fine-tuning. Tomorrow we're on campus all day. I have 2 cryptography lectures, but I'm going to go to them, but I'm probably not going to pay much attention to them, for the simple reason that it's probably not worth my time. I'm only going to go so that I can pick up any hints on exam stuff, because this will be the last 2 cryptography lectures that we have, apart from the ones in revision week. So, yeah. Now I've just got to drive myself mad So yeah, I drove myself mad originally by programming the final year project. I then drove myself mad writing the dissertation for the final year project. Now I'm going to drive myself even more mad by rereading and re-editing that same document over and over again. It's going to be fun. It's going to be really boring, and it's going to be half of the battle. Like 20%, 90% of the battle is going to be being able to read nearly 30,000 words, read and proofread 30,000 words accurately without losing the will to live, and without cutting corners, and without like doing a proper job the whole way through. So, to join me on that journey tomorrow, I hope that I'll catch you later. Very briefly, can I talk about these headphones as well actually? When I was looking for wireless headphones around Christmas, and I've been looking for them for ages, and I'm almost settled on buying some, well, asking for and then going like halvesies on some Bose wireless headphones. Like, the single main requirement for me is being able to work at a computer and then wheel away from the computer in a wheelchair without risking pulling wires everywhere, you know? But, so I wanted wireless, but then, like, I was trying to find ones that were comfortable. I wear glasses, so, when I'm on the computer anyway. So, as you know, why am I telling you that? So I wanted ones that were like, comfortable over my thing, but still sounded good. So I looked at the Bose ones were really comfortable, sounded really good, etc. But they were just wireless, right? These headphones, a friend of mine at my old placement had. He brought them back from America when he went on holiday there. And they're really good. Like, they sound, if you put them side by side with the Bose, they probably don't sound as good. But I'm not the kind of person who notices that on a day-to-day basis. I stream all my music from Spotify, so they sound brilliant. I don't listen to them and go, oh, that doesn't sound right. They sound great. All headphones sound great until you compare them with something better, that's the problem. But, so anyway, they sound really, really good. They're wireless, happy days, and they're really comfortable, happy days. So far they're on par with the Bose. Maybe the Bose sound a little bit better, but even so on par. But also, right, not only do these have a ridiculous range, and that you can Bluetooth it to like your thing. Anyway, so what it has is, and I've just been doing this, if you take off the headphones, wait, I can't do this here. There, if you put on the headphones now, it starts playing. It pauses my phone, which is over there, and wait, no, it plays my phone that's over there. If I take them off again, it stops playing. That is not a feature of the Boses. Also, it has noise cancelling, which is really good. And it has a little button which I can press, which means that I can hear everything going on. So it's like I've got a little microphone, and it will then relay all of the audio. So if someone comes up and talks to me, I don't have to take my headphones off. I can press the button and then I can hear them fine. You can also like obviously take phone calls and stuff, and control all of the features on the phone, like play and pause and skip tracks and change volume, all with the headphones. It's brilliant. They're really, really good. And the best thing is, they're like 100-ish. They're like 100-ish pounds. They're like a third of the price of the Bose. They're brilliant. They're Planetonics, Black Beat Pros, I think, something like that. Wholeheartedly recommend. They're brilliant. Even like the build quality and stuff, great. That's enough of that. I'm going to bed. I'll catch you later.